Unveiling the Hidden Truth Behind Christianity and Sun Worship. In this report, we explore the deep-rooted connection between Christianity and ancient sun worship practices, shedding light on how symbols, traditions, and rituals within Christianity are derived from much older religious customs. By examining key historical and theological developments, you will understand how certain Christian beliefs, such as the resurrection, the cross, and the concept of the Son of God, align with ancient celestial worship systems. This report reveals how the origins of these practices transcend the boundaries of one particular faith and stretch back to an era of widespread sun worship across multiple ancient civilizations. Footnote: this section highlights the historical origins of Christianity's key symbols and rituals that are rooted in ancient sun worship practices. The war between light and darkness. One foundational concept of ancient religious thought, which still influences Christian doctrine, is the dichotomy between light and darkness. In the prehistoric world, humans were subjected to the daily cycle of day and night, where daylight brought safety, warmth, and life, while night represented danger, cold, and the unknown. The ancient worship of the sun as a divine force emerged as humanity's way of understanding this natural duality. The sun was seen as a symbol of life, victory, and purity, while the darkness of night was associated with chaos, evil, and the unknown. Christianity inherited this symbolism, casting Jesus as the light of the world in opposition to the Prince of Darkness. This concept is central to many Christian beliefs about good versus evil, righteousness versus sin, and the constant battle between light and darkness. Footnote: this section demonstrates how the symbolic conflict between light and darkness continues to shape Christian thought and doctrine. Astral theology and the sun cross. Astral theology is the study of how celestial bodies, especially the sun and the moon, influence religious beliefs. Ancient peoples, long before Christianity, perceived the sun as a powerful, divine force. As a result, they developed symbols that reflected the sun's role in their lives. The sun cross, or will cross, is one of the oldest and most widely used symbols in ancient religious practices, representing the sun at the center of human existence. Early Christians adopted this symbol, which has often been associated with the crucifixion of Jesus. The sun cross, made by intersecting two lines within a circle, illustrates the sun's dominance over time and space. It reflects the sun's life-giving properties and its role as the central figure in both the physical and spiritual realms. This symbol was prevalent in many ancient cultures, from the Egyptians to the Celts, long before it was incorporated into Christian imagery. Footnote: this section explores the symbolic use of the sun cross, showing how it was appropriated into Christian iconography from earlier religious traditions. The solar Messiah, Jesus as the Sun. A key element of Christianity is the concept of Jesus as the Son of God, a title that has a deeper, astrological significance. The story of Jesus, from his birth to his resurrection, mirrors the cyclical journey of the sun. Just as the sun dies and is reborn every year, Christians believe that Jesus died and was resurrected. This astrological parallel extends to the timing of Easter, which occurs around the spring equinox, when the sun begins its journey back to the northern hemisphere. The sun, which dies at the winter solstice and is reborn at the spring equinox, symbolizes resurrection and renewal. Early Christian rituals, such as the Easter celebration, are deeply rooted in the ancient practice of honoring the sun's return. Footnote: this section highlights how the concept of Jesus as the Son of God directly correlates with the sun's cycles of death and rebirth, emphasizing the astrological foundation of Christian belief. Sun worship across cultures. Sun worship was a universal practice, spanning across multiple cultures and civilizations. Ancient Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, and Persians all revered the sun as a divine being or force, often depicted as a god who controlled the heavens and the earth. These cultures shared common motifs, such as the sun being at the center of their religious practices and myths. The concept of a sun god who died and was resurrected, like the Egyptian god Osiris or the Greek god Apollo, mirrors the story of Jesus Christ. The religious significance of the sun, including the use of the sun cross and other symbols, is a testament to the widespread influence of solar deities. Even today, many religious and cultural symbols, including Christian rituals, carry traces of this ancient solar worship. Footnote: This section discusses the widespread practice of sun worship in ancient cultures and its lasting impact on modern religious traditions, including Christianity. The sun as a symbol of spiritual enlightenment. In both ancient and modern times, the sun has been seen as a symbol of spiritual enlightenment, intellectual clarity, and divine wisdom. The idea of the sun as a source of light, both literal and metaphorical, is central to many religious traditions, including Christianity. Jesus, referred to as the light of the world, embodies this symbolism. The sun's rays, which bring life to the earth, are akin to the spiritual illumination that brings truth and understanding to the soul. This connection between the sun and enlightenment is also reflected in Christian practices, such as the use of light in baptismal ceremonies and the metaphor of casting light on one's path. Footnote. This section examines how the sun, as a symbol of spiritual enlightenment, continues to influence Christian theology and practices. Conclusion: Christianity's solar foundations. The Christian faith, at its core, is built upon ancient and universal symbols that have their roots in sun worship. From the sun cross to the resurrection of Jesus, these symbols and rituals reflect humanity's long-standing reverence for the sun as a divine force. Christianity, while presenting itself as a unique and separate religious tradition, shares many of its most important symbols and beliefs with ancient sun-worshipping cultures. Understanding these connections not only enriches our understanding of Christianity's origins but also highlights the enduring influence of ancient astrological and spiritual traditions on modern religious practices. Footnote. This conclusion synthesizes the connections between Christianity and sun worship, emphasizing the lasting influence of solar symbolism on religious beliefs and practices.